Hi, everybody. Okay, you caught me. You caught me. It's just a little tiny marijuana stick, okay? I used a little bud that big, and I put it in, and it's, I don't know what time it is. No, that phone doesn't work. Okay. I'd love to stop this live and start it all over again, but that's not the way I do things. So I'm literally serious when I say, take the red line right now. Everybody, go on the red line. Go on the red line, like my red fingernail. I lost all of them. I'll tell you about it after. And go to 1 minute. We're at 53 seconds. I'll be back. I just have to get my coffee. And yes, I'm wearing Paula M's shirt. I'm still waiting for my mug though. Still waiting, Paula. I'm getting my coffee. Would anybody ever do that at a board meeting? Seriously, would anybody do that? No, no. I have a question for you. Okay. Yes. Oh, there's the coffee was here the whole time. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It is. Okay, I have lots to talk about today, but I'm getting to the meat and potatoes of this book before I talk. Just a minute. M. Moles, or was it Mary M? Thank you for joining yesterday. If I go to the, look, I'm learning how to do YouTube, and I'm just learning. And the mistake that I made from the very beginning, which through good advice, Tony Alfaro, he has a channel, and it took him about 7 years to get to his goal. And you know what? So what if it takes people a longer time? Everybody has something to say. I just think that's kind of rude when people say, oh, you should give it up if you haven't reached this specific measurable goal by this specific time. That means that you've failed. No, that means that you learn and you continue to try. So, with saying that, no, I would never behave like this where I work, or worked, or will work, because nowadays jobs are forever changing, except in the healthcare field. If you want to get a good job in Canada, that's where to do it. But first off, I just want to let you know that this channel is going to have consistency from now on, and that's the mistake that I made, is I have too many things I like to do. I love the intro, and I asked my very good friend, like, what do you think? And he said, it's an idea, and it's a good idea, but execute it. And I thought that I had, but he meant, no, you need professional recording, da-da-da-da. I said, Ian, I just want this to be fun and light and not complicated and fancy. And he said, that's not what people watch. So unfortunately, if you can't beat them, join them. But I wanted to run this channel by the beat of my own drum. But as I have watched channels throughout the years grow and grow and grow, we all helped those channels grow. And I get so angry at YouTubers when they start asking for money. Oh, that makes me so mad. And the best commentator through the Johnny Depp trial was Emily D. Baker. And I give it to the DUI guy. And there's another gentleman, and I don't know the name of his channel, and this is why I say, if you like any content on this channel, hit subscribe, turn the notification bell off, because, well, that's kind of silly. If you like the channel, you'd want to know when I come on again. But let's just say that you're the type of person that, you know, found something, oh, that's cute, that's nice. You might want to go back again and what's that person up to? And then you forget. There was an excellent psychologist that used to be on Andrew Gold, and I couldn't find them for the longest time. If you go under my subscriptions, you'll see many. Can I explain my nails before I begin? I play the guitar, okay? Don't even. It's the Carlton nail. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a video to upload onto Royal Pushback Aftermath, and all you Lasha Rajenko people, I couldn't have done anything without you. After I did that Russell Brand piece with my hair looking like crap, I thought it's not what you look like, it's what you say. And I hate putting on makeup. I hate doing my hair. But that has something to do with me, right? Because you want to execute yourself in the best way possible. I remember from the Jenny Craig days, does anybody remember a watch that's not digital? I was Coach. You know that 19 years ago, this was $800. I had money to buy an $800 watch, but hey, it works. I'm not buying an Apple crazy phone. I was stupid to change my phone. That was dumb. So I put it on the community page, but nobody looks on the community page. So you know what? If I get any more disgusting phone calls from Facebook or Instagram, I am shutting down out of this world. I can't handle it anymore. And I'm just a girl in the Niagara region, dates and sourdough bread. That's true. Oh, okay. So this is just my ramble. And then we're going right in to the Exorcism of Annelise Micheal. Chapter 4. The dam breaks. Now, before I start, I know, never mind. If you want to find out what happened to Annelise before, there's a whole playlist on the Exorcism of Annelise Micheal, and they're all dated from, like, you know, I don't put it on popular videos first. You know, I have gotten 11,838 views, and I want to also tell you something. YouTube feeds into that mentality of instant gratification by likes, subscriptions, money donations. People get really, oh, I got really angry at Colonel Kurtz when she started talking about she's a frickin' professor at a university somewhere in Wisconsin, and the woman is brilliant. She's brilliant. She even interviewed Nikki Klein, who I was trying to get a hold of forever because I really cared about her. But I knew that Kurtz was just using this woman, Christine. And the Frank report actually used some of my comments on his article, April the 11th of 2023. If you keep up with YouTube and fashion, or sorry, pop culture and cults and all of that jazz, you all remember Keith Raniere and The Vow? Okay, that's great. What happens now? That's why I call it Royal Pushback Aftermath, because there's a difference between celebrities and royals. And Meghan got it all wrong. Nicole Kidman has it all right, and so does Meryl Streep. Oprah's up. Okay, chapter 4, The Exorcism of Annelise Micheal. The dam breaks. Würzburg, Germany's most beautiful Baroque city, and for centuries the capital of ecclesiastical. This was written in I don't know. Was largely destroyed. Okay, basically this existential. Okay, it was an existential Baroque city for centuries, and then was destroyed in the Second World War, okay? And it was in Würzburg. Okay, that much I understand. It had been completely rebuilt. It is the center of what is popularly called Mary's Little Land, and in German it's Marienlandel. And status of the Virgin in various gauzes adorn the corners of many old houses with a golden halo, a crown, a wreath of stars, with or without the Christ child. Mary also came to know several of these churches quite intimately in her search for a place to pray. For in the round and impersonal chapter of the Ferdinandum, there was not even a beach where she could kneel. Besides, it was open only for Mass. At other times, she had gone looking for someone who had a key and would have to get through the basement. So she started going across the parking lot to the I don't know. These are different churches that are in German. Our Unser Lieber Frau Church, or she took the bus downward to the. See, I'm not a fluster idiot. I'm not an unintelligible, ignorant idiot that doesn't know how to read. I just don't know German. N-E-U-M-U with the 2 dots. I did that on the board on one of my videos. I remember that. And it's sheltering warm Romanesque adoration chapel that Father Alt had called to her attention. Okay, I'm so sorry. Just a minute. I just have to go tend to my mom. Just hang on. I'll be right back. Be right back. yet. Sorry. I'll call you later. Okay. Hi. I'm back. Sorry. My mother's very important to me. Okay, so chapter 4, the dam breaks. And they were talking about the city being broken after the World War II. It was rebuilt again, and it had a Romanesque adoration chapel that Father Alt had called to Annelise's attention for a place for her to pray. And this is after she had tried all of the medication. Was it spiritual? Was it medical? What was it? She didn't know, okay? I'll do my analysis of what I think at the end of the chapter from now on, and I might do a little bit during. Okay, so, hang on a sec, sorry. I'm really excited to get into this, you know, I really am, and I hope you share my enthusiasm, because some of these did excellent views. And it wasn't about the views, it was about the people behind it. You know, 386 people watched a really good video that I did, and I wasn't worried about making a good video, I was just being me. And I was blown away. Could you imagine reading in front of 386 live people? It's so different than being on camera. It's not easy. It's different, but there's a tension in the room. You know, there really is. There really is. I swear I was Scottish. I'm not Ukrainian Jew. I'm not. I gotta be Scottish. Nothing wrong with being Ukrainian or Jewish or anything. I could care less. It's just, I just love Scots. If there's any free Scottish men out there, let me know. I've always wanted to move and live in Scotland. You might as well put it out in the universe. I'd never live in Germany. I know it's a great country. I do know that. Okay, so the chapel, blah, 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 blah. Father Alt, Father Alt, Father Alt, Father Alt. Okay. But what? What is a Ferdinandinum? What is Ferdinandium? Exactly the way I'm saying it. Ferd, like Fergie, but with a D. So Ferdi in Ferdinandium. You know what? It's probably a really simple pronunciation of not phonetics, phonics, phonetics. June. How she missed her sisters. Okay, I get it. Okay, so she's away. She misses her sister. She's at school. It was her dream. Her father's like, I don't know what's wrong with her father. But if you go back on the playlist, all the readings are there and the date from oldest to newest. So they're in order. They're just not labeled, but they're in orders. Now I know to label. How she missed her sisters. She had to admit, through the things could have been worse. After all, there were a few girls she did know from the gymnasium in Aschenberg. There was Ursula, now her roommate on the suite on the first floor of the high-rise. Corinne took nearly all the same classes and they saw each other every day. So she's making a lot of friends. So there's a lot of detail about her making a lot of friends, but matters other than homesickness is what they talk about through like the next 4 pages. But the bottom line is what's weighing on her mind is she's homesick. And the fact that she took her pills faithfully for this schizophrenic, epileptic situation she was in. And you know, even schizophrenia in those days, okay, I'll talk about that at the end. You know what, I have to make notes so I remember exactly what to bring up at the end. Do you guys like pencils? Or ladies and gents like pencils? I like markers, can you tell? Today's not the 28th, Lasha. Last night my mother said to me, when you went to Nana's, your creativity was born. And I said, yeah, and it hasn't developed since, Mom. I said, look at my welcoming picture. Look, you know, I mean, there must be a more professional way to put all of you lovely people down. My enigmas. Okay, shut up, Lasha, and read the Exorcism of Annelise Micheal, because you're good at it. You are good at it when you stay on frickin' track. I told my mother, I said, I don't have ADHD. I have attention. I have selective concentration. Okay, so anyways, she had to admit, though things could have been worse, after all, okay, so she was thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. You know, in Gucci, I'm thinking. You Gucci, you want a little bit, then it's like cake. Never mind, I'll do my impressions later. Okay, so she had Karina, she had Ursula, UK. She had the UK, Ursula and Karina. Ursula, Karina were Annelise's friends. She tried to stop the demons, but it never seemed to end. That's not even funny. That's what makes it funny, I hope, or else people think you're an idiot. I don't know. Anyways. Okay, so Ursula and Karina took care of her. The matters of the faces, even though taking her pills faithfully, Father Alt saw her nearly so she was receiving medical and spiritual help, as it were. I know what people think of the Catholic Church after watching Spotlight. You think I don't remember that? But back in those days, this father really did. No, they've been doing it since the beginning of the time. The Greeks had orgies with children for ages. Never mind, I'm not even getting into that. No, he cared about Annelise. You know, when Tom Wilkinson played Father Moore in The Exorcism of Annelise Micheal, he read the script, he read the book, and just thought it was a fascinating story. And he doesn't take a lot of scripts, if you haven't noticed. And you know what? This book was out forever. And it was in German. And then when The Exorcism of Annelise Micheal came out in 2005, the father had passed away, the mother was alive, and obviously if it was made in 2005, and the two directors that did it, horror films, there's not any good horror films anymore. And what makes this so good is its flashbacks in a courtroom. And my fave, no, I love courtroom dramas. Trevor, if you're watching, which you're not, I'm on the Lasha Rajanko channel because I just am. There's this gentleman, Trevor, and he's here. I don't know why I can't go live on Royal Pushback Aftermath. Sorry, I have to tell Trevor. He's like works, I don't know, but he's in Chicago, he's here, he's there. And I haven't heard from a certain somebody. I did a card reading and I hope that it wasn't, you know, whatever.
All right.
Sorry. Like I said, would I do this at work? Absolutely not. And that's the difference. I'm thinking of it like a hobby, you know? Have you ever seen cinematic pictures? They are actually pretty cool. Where's Trevor? Anyways, he'll see it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyways, no, I don't mean you don't matter. I mean, I gotta read. You know what I mean. Okay, all right. Okay, despite the fact that she took her pills faithfully and that Father Alt saw her nearly every second week, who's gruesome and unnerved her. Those gruesome faces attacked her wherever she went, and her depression isolated and unnerved her. Going to lectures proved a nearly unbearable burden. In the morning, going to lectures were almost impossible. I wake up listlessly and I really don't feel like getting up. By evening, I am completely leached out. She told Dr. Dietrich Lenner of the Institute for Psychotherapy, okay? And medical psychology at the end of November, exasperated, she blurted out, I so want to really live again. I so want to really live again. Like, could you imagine? I'm trying to emulate her pain. Like, I just so want to live again. Could you imagine? And I relate to that. We can all relate to that. This book is relatable. You know, you think you know somebody, you don't. By the end of her life, she turned into almost something inhuman. And that's what's so degrading and sad. And I am not degrading her life, and that's why I won't show gory pictures. But those are the ones that got the views. So views, I love views. Despite the, and you know what, I want all of you to enjoy this, so let me stay on track, Lasha, stay on track, stay on track. Going to lectures proved nearly unbearable, I read that. She was talking to a psychotherapist and having medical counseling. She wants to really live again, and Ursula and Karina both really understood why she was withdrawn and felt really down. Now, these are quotes. During the first few weeks at school, Annelise, why did water just drip on my finger? Because I'm sitting under a tap. What the? Also, okay, so we went there. I did, okay. But things were about to change. For Annelise fell in love. Oh my God, is this Jason? She fell in love early in November. There had been a dance at the... Anyways, Annelise fell in love. Her friends got Annelise to go, and one young man she danced with was a fellow student by the name of Peter. Jason was the movie name. Just let me make note of that. Okay. Okay, this is what she said. One of the young men she danced with, a fellow by the name of Peter, slightly built like herself, with wavy dark hair and interesting eyes. And her girlfriends urged her to go dance with them and whatever. And so he came up and asked her to dance. Peter's company was very good for Annelise. It completely revived her. That's interesting. I wonder what happened to her personality after he revived her, because it gets worse after this. So even falling in love, that high, you know, when you fall in love and you've got that high and everything they say is funny and everything they say is good. It's like falling in love with YouTubers, you know? I'm not gay, but you can have a girl crush. Like Jewel Kilshner, I can't believe she's dating Kevin Costner, which has nothing to do with this. It's all about Ursula and Karina and Annalisa and Peter. And he was trying to encourage her that everybody gets depressed sometimes. With me, it's different. It lasts. They were walking on a lecture on child psychology together. She turned and looked directly at him. Believe me, you'll save yourself a lot of grief if you don't come to see me anymore. So she, in that moment, to me, she's a selfless, kind person who took in strays. Now I'm going to stop, and it's page 51. If you're reading along with me, I want to stop and recap the 25 episodes that you don't need to watch. Chapters 1, 2, and 3, the prologue and the introduction. Oh gosh, I read it all. Like, there's a prologue, there's an introduction, there's, you know, there's so many references and notes and quotes in the back of this book, like the bibliography. Remember in high school you had to make a bibliography? It's unbelievable. This book is so good. Now this was written in the 70s. So biographies now look a little different. Why do I have one red fingernail on? Because I play the guitar. I decided that fake nails were ridiculous. And I always talk about no Botox, no this, no that, and then I put on fake nails. Hypocrite, hypocrite. So, Annelise, I always say the reason I think that it's a possibility she could be possessed, it's a possibility she was very mentally ill. But what blows me away, she was born in Bulgaria, and if you look on, I showed everybody on my globe in one of my videos when we lived at Concord, I was looking at the brightness of those videos. And that's why I promised everybody by February the 1st, I would have my studio upstairs. That's what I'm doing today. But I also have some work to do. You know that I take care of my mom. And, yeah, but anyway, so Annelise, they go back into her childhood where her parents came from, which is really important. And I make a joke, but it's really not a joke. Like, she's indoctrinated into Catholicism the way Tom Cruise is in Scientology, or the way Allison Mack was in that cult Nexium, that Catherine Oxenberg is Prince Charles's 5th cousin, which would make India Oxenberg 6th or 7th. It helps me focus at any rate. So what I'm going to do is when I upload a reading of the Exorcism of Annelise Micheal, I will put it on the community page, and then you'll know what date and what time. And this is being really harsh on myself. I said to people, if I don't follow through on what I do, because this is also my therapy and my journey and accountability, at least I'm brave enough. You know, I think that's kind of brave to do that, but I know I'll look back on this in 7 years and think, why didn't you keep your mouth shut? So there's ramifications about what I'm doing too. There's ramifications and aftermath of what we all do. But the book that I really want to get into that I have upstairs is the Palace Papers, and that book I'm reading word for word. I'm not interjecting until the end the way I have with this one, because I don't read long enough. I need to read longer. They do better, especially when I stay on track. So this has been a journey of learning, a journey of having a plan and a theme That's what picks up the algorithm. I've been on here long enough that I think I should be doing better. However, like I said, if Bill Maher will smoke if he can smoke pot on his HBO or his Club Random with Bill Maher, then what's wrong with when I do it? Do you know when he does Club Random, he's like this, and he gets stoned, and you can tell when he's getting stoned. But he doesn't have this. And this is why I hate the decision that the surgeon made not saying anything, because I'm not a slow healer. This is why I have change.org up, but I tell people don't donate. This is why I started the channel. But in order to get views, does anybody want to share in this? I don't think so. Does anybody want to hear me go on about it anymore? I don't think so. Anyways, I'm posting what I'm doing on the community page, and I'm following through with it. And if I don't, comment, subscribe. If you don't like it, dislike it and tell me why. How is any YouTuber supposed to learn what they're doing wrong? But you know what? No comment is a comment. I'm starting to learn this. I also want you all to remember this. I'm trying to give myself a break with my own goals, because the only person I compete against is me. And I found that YouTube, for ADHD, my computer skills were lousy. My interaction skills were very inward, because when I broke my leg and I wasn't acknowledged, and this one bad apple of a doctor got away with it. And if one sour apple gets away, what happens to the other sour apples? Or were there already sour apples because the College of Physicians lied on my paperwork? Why haven't I put it up yet? I'm tapping my foot, and my fists are like this right now, which means I'm angry. I watch enough body language and I can feel it. I'm tensing up in my fingers. I'm tensing up in my toes. Thank you for joining. I'm gonna let you go. Take care of yourselves. I'll do the same. You all know where I'm going with this. And thank you for joining. I mean, you don't know what that means to me. You don't know, and I think you do know by now.